Welcome to Galactic Historian. This is a series where I break down the lore of sci-fi universes. If you enjoy this, please like the video and be sure to leave any other questions you have in the comments below. It's time once again for the largest ship expo in the UAE, the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo, or IAE. In honor of the latest expo, I decided to delve into the backstory of this yearly sale and convention. In the 2640s, on the planet of Lo, among the dusty streets of the busy commercial hub of New Junction, a young girl stared out the window of her flat in the Walden Towers housing development. She identified ships as they flew past, sometimes based solely on the configuration of their running lights. This girl was Audrey Timmerman, the daughter of poor laborers on the planet. While they could not afford a spaceship of their own, they encouraged their daughter's passion by taking her to the busy spaceport to watch the ships take off and land. So, by 2656, Timmerman eagerly signed up to the Navy for a chance to fly her own ship. Unfortunately, because of her lack of experience, she lagged behind her peers and struggled in the training sessions. However, her encyclopedic knowledge and eye for detail did not go unnoticed, and was transferred from pilot school to mechanic training. There she thrived and excelled, rising in the ranks quickly, eventually becoming the chief mechanic aboard the Aegis Idris frigate, the UAE Solus. The Solus was assigned patrol duties along the Peri Line, a line of systems that bordered the Xi'an space. There, the Solus's main function was to act as a support ship for strike fighters monitoring jump points into Xi'an space. It was a nerve-wracking job for the chief, as she described it as long moments of boredom punctuated by moments of terror. That all changed one day when the strike fighters returned from their patrol with the wreckage of a Xi'an ship. While she was familiar with both human and Banu ships from her childhood in the Corel system, this was the first time she got an up-close and personal look at a Xi'an design. It was this encounter which became the catalyst for the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo. When her tour of duty ended in 2667, she returned to her hometown of New Junction and opened Intergalactic Aerospace Repairs. She quickly gained a reputation for being able to fix just about anything. However, this was simply a means to fund her true passion, reverse engineering Xi'an tech. Given the Cold War between the UAE and the Xi'an, she would never be able to actually get a hold of any tech through civilian means, and any captured tech was highly classified. That meant she worked solely from memory of her time with the derelict and her own ingenuity. The origins of the IAE came from a test flight in 2670. Timmerman had just finished modifying an old Aurora of hers, named the Poby, with experimental tech derived from Xi'an maneuvering thrusters. She didn't want to test it over the highly populated planet of Lo, so with the help of some fellow aerospace enthusiasts, she loaded the ship onto a transport and brought it to the desolate planet of Castor. While the test flight ended up being a failure, the group were energized by the excitement of testing experimental craft. They began to meet regularly to discuss various mods they were building for their own ships, and once a year they would meet up on Castor to test their new designs. Over time, their little group grew larger and larger, with more enthusiasts and spectators coming to watch these custom-made ships fly over the desolate planet. One of the group was a ship shop owner named Stephen Dillard. He saw the potential for marketing with the event and approached Timmerman about sponsoring it officially. He promised to offer the latest ships for people to check out in person alongside the custom ships taking flight. She agreed and named the event after her repair business, Intergalactic Aerospace Expo. Over the next decade, the IAE would increase in size, attracting more and more retailers and parts manufacturers, who saw the expo as a great way to show off their latest stock. In 2683, the event made it big when RSI became the official sponsor of the IAE, the first ship manufacturer to do so, and has remained one ever since. Timmerman formed a non-profit to run the expo and ensured that the large part of the revenue went to her own charity, Simpod Pals, an organization dedicated to giving underprivileged children the opportunity she never had growing up, to learn to fly. As the IAE grew year after year, it outpaced the dusty planet of Castor and began hopscotching to new planets yearly. This would come to an end when the 2913 event on Farron was almost cancelled because of the city of Asura's inability to meet minimum hangar and power requirements. Shortly after that near disaster, the IAE board was contacted by the governor of Severus in the Kiel system, Juna Zur. Severus was a former military hub, with large, now empty buildings designed to support large numbers of people and heavy military-grade equipment and ships. So the governor pitched the board their planet as a permanent home for the IAE. With their large former military installations and plenty of space and power for the ever-growing expo, combined with the ample accommodations for visitors and a state-of-the-art spaceport, it was the perfect place for the home of the IAE. The board agreed and made Severus the permanent home of the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo. A slight change was made in 2948 when the IAE decided to expand, creating the first satellite event that would happen concurrently with the main one. This first satellite event was at the Desmond Memorial Convention Center on Lorville, Hurston, in the Stanton system. The event was then moved to ArcCorp at the Bevic Convention Center in 2949, and to the Tobin Expo Center on Microtech in 2950. The IAE continues to be the premier event for aerospace aficionados in the verse. Everyone from the casual observer to Jax McCleary himself.
Thank you, Jimmy. For science!
Come every year to see the latest and greatest in the UAE aerospace market has to offer. So if you're a fan of spaceships, then be sure to join in with the week-long celebration. It'll be worth the trip. Trust me. I want to thank you for watching, and I want to thank the Patreons on screen now for helping me make this content. If you enjoy this, consider becoming a Patreon yourself. Are you looking forward to the IAE this year? What ships are you interested in? Are you interested in hearing more tales from the verse? Be sure to let me know what you think in the comments below, and as always, remember, ex Historia ad Astra.